is Way 31 News at 4.
Tracking showers and thunderstorms on 31 triple Doppler. I'll have more details for you coming up.
Primary job right now continues to be locating everybody who was affected by this flood.
And Texas officials now facing more questions about who is in charge of monitoring the weather.
And a scam targeting local job seekers. I'm Way 31 reporter Paige Meyer live with what you need to know coming up.
And later in this newscast, a new program that allows patients to connect with a specialist in the Huntsville hospital system. But first, we begin this newscast with breaking news. A death investigation is now underway in Marshall County. This after investigators found a man inside a camper with a gunshot wound. It happened on Tuesday on Brothers Road. Investigators have identified 69-year-old Millard Anderson as the victim. They say until the investigation is complete, this case is now being treated as a homicide. Thanks for joining us for Way 31 News at 4. I'm Tori Dunnan. It's been a hot and humid day here in North Alabama, but let's go now to Way 31 storm tracker meteorologist Amber Kulick. And Amber, right now you're tracking showers and storms.
I am, yeah. Here's a look at 31 triple Doppler right now, and we do have those widely scattered showers and thunderstorms across the Tennessee Valley right now. Some of these heavier than others. We'll start off over towards Sand Mountain, where we are seeing a couple of showers and thunderstorms develop. We have a heavier thunderstorm down into southern parts of Morgan County, into northern parts of Coleman County right now. Another nice downpour in portions of Madison County. But let's take you out to the shoals, where we do have one severe thunderstorm warning for most of Colbert County at this hour. Goes until 4:15. Very gusty winds possible with this storm as it continues to slowly move to the east down towards Russellville. A little bit of heavier rainfall right now as well. For you in Lawrence County, kind of quiet for the time being, but you did see some heavier activity move through just a little bit ago. A wider view across the southeast shows you where it's raining at. And again, if you joined me at midday, I told you we might have been quiet then, but the rain was on the way, and it is definitely moving through portions of the Tennessee Valley as we speak. We'll keep those rain chances at about 50% both tomorrow, then again on Friday. They'll drop off a little bit as we head towards the weekend and the start of next week as well. Here's a look outside right now at Guntersville. We've got some clouds off in the distance there. Starting to see rain move into portions of Sand Mountain, and you'll see even more of it as we head into the next few hours here as these storms continue to drift off towards the east. 78 in Huntsville, 76 in Decatur, it's 76 in Moulton, and 78 in Muscle Shoals, where we've already seen that rain this afternoon. A little warmer over towards Sand Mountain, where the rain has yet to make it to your neck of the woods. Over the next couple of hours here, if you do have any plans, keep the rain gear nearby all the way through 8 o'clock tonight. We'll start to see those rain chances taper off as we head into the overnight hours. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. I'll have it all timed out for you, and we'll talk about those rain chances for the rest of the week as well.
Well, when there's rain or storms in our forecasts, make sure you have multiple ways to receive notifications. Just download our Way 31 Storm Tracker weather app. All you have to do, take out your phone and scan the QR code that you see right there on your screen. Our app is free to download. Now to the deadly flooding in Texas. Some major questions today about the emergency plans that were in place ahead of these floods. Local leaders now under the spotlight for a flood warning system that was never built. ABC's Perry Russum has more.
ABC News has learned local leaders in Kerr County, Texas first started talking about a flood warning system years ago. The mayor of Kerrville asked today why that system never went into place. In Kerr County, Texas today, where nearly 80% of the flood deaths happened, local officials facing an onslaught of questions, including why a flood warning system was never built, after ABC News learned local leaders spent years discussing it.
I wasn't in office during those discussions, and frankly, I'm more focused on the future than the past.
Public meeting records show as early as 2016, the city of Kerrville spoke about the importance of a warning system. Last April, a local river authorities board unanimously authorized a contract upworth to about $73,000. Texas Governor Greg Abbott yesterday saying the state had assets, resources, and personnel in place ahead of the storm.
The flood began on Friday morning. We originally positioned those assets, resources, and personnel on Wednesday.
Kerrville's police chief asked, did they have those resources?
I don't have the answer to that question right now.
Today on Capitol Hill, Neil Jacobs, President Trump's pick to be the next administrator of NOAA, which oversees the National Weather Service. He was the acting chief in 2019 when Trump changed the expected impact of a hurricane with a Sharpie.
Getting the warnings to the people, particularly at late hours of the night, is a challenge. I think we can do more advancements, moving away from copper wire, moving towards telecom, potentially satellite, to send out these messages.
The National Weather Service is facing a staffing shortage, but the local weather office in Texas had surge staffing. They had 5 meteorologists working ahead of the incident when there are typically just 2. Perry Russell, ABC News, Washington.
Some Texas residents are now taking it upon themselves to help out victims. A pair of North Texas children with a tie to Camp Mystic raised money for the camp over the 4th of July weekend. Corrigan and Cannon Camp, both just 9 years old, sold lemonade and cookies for $1 on Sunday outside of their home. At the end of the day, the children had raised $5,000 to support flood relief. The two are planning to do it again this weekend. You may wonder what you can do to help out. One business in the Shoals is asking for donations for flood victims. From now until July 15th, 72 Trade & Co. will be collecting items like hygiene products, cleaning supplies, and non-perishable foods. You can drop the donations off at the enclosed trailer at 72 Play Factory in Tuscumbia. Well, new at 4, we're learning local job seekers being targeted in a growing online fraud scam. WAY 31 reporter Paige Meyer joins us live now after speaking with the Better Business Bureau of North Alabama. And Paige, what do these employment scams look like now?
Tori, you may have even already received one of these scams yourself. They often come in the form of a text message from somebody who claims to be a recruiter from a reputable company. The BBB tells us they lure you in by offering enticing pay in hours. Then once you respond, they begin taking your personal information, baiting you until they get what they want. The BBB says these fake employers will scam people out of thousands of dollars before disappearing without a trace, in no way to get that money back.
They've sent you this text, they want you to reach out to them. They will very quickly turn around and do maybe a very impromptu interview with you. And the next thing you know, they're like, oh, let's get your bank account information so that we can set up that payroll, that direct deposit.
Once money is wired over to someone, fraudulent or not, the BBB says it's highly unlikely that you get it back. Some of the biggest red flags when receiving these scams include random contact, unrealistic pay in hours, moving along quickly, and no personal contact with an employer. Now, coming up on WAY 31 News at 5, we'll have some information about why just pausing a second when you receive one of these texts can save you a big headache in the end. Reporting live in Huntsville with coverage you can count on. Paige Meyer, WAY 31 News.
Registration is now open for this year's Community Fraud Summit in Decatur. The summit is next Wednesday, July 16th from 11 to 1. It'll be at the Cook Museum. Several local groups will be there to present and share information about common scams and tips to protect your personal information. Make sure you reserve that seat today. Well, new at 4, Food City has arrived in North Huntsville. Last night, Mayor Tommy Battle and District 1 Councilwoman Michelle Watkins welcomed the grocery chain to the Rocket City for their ribbon cutting and grand opening. This is the 4th of 6 locations to open so far. A survey suggests that Americans are feeling a bit more optimistic that inflation won't heat back up. That's according to a consumer report from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. There's been some anxiety for months about fast rising prices related to those tariffs. But this survey finds the anxiety eased a bit in June. Consumers' near-term inflation expectations fell for the second month in a row. It fell to a 3% level, a return to where the year began. One local ambulance service just received a new medical unit. How this new unit will provide better and quicker service to patients. And TSA changing its shoes off policy, what you need to know before passing through airport security.
More showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. I'll tell you when we'll finally see a break from the rain. Coming up.
After nearly 2 decades, passengers going through airport security in the United States will see a welcome change. Your shoes can now stay on. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem announced the TSA will be eliminating the security requirement effective immediately. Ivan Rodriguez reports on the change, for the reason, and how flyers can best be prepared to pass through those screenings.
After almost 20 years of going through airport security in socks or bare feet,
TSA will no longer require travelers to remove their shoes when they go through our security checkpoints.
Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem announcing the end of one of TSA's most frustrating policies for travelers, which the department hopes will reduce wait times and still keep the public safe.
It will be a much more streamlined process going forward.
The move comes amid significant advancements in airport security technology and the recent implementation of Real ID.
TSA has changed. We have a multi-layered, whole-of-government approach now to security.
Noem says changes to other TSA rules are also being considered if they can be implemented safely. Clint Henderson with the Point Sky says one of those changes could be the size of liquids in carry-on bags, which is already happening in some airports overseas.
The bad news is the TSA has previously said this is not going to go away until 2040. Not all the airports have these new CT scanners that are giant that can screen larger size liquid containers.
But keep in mind, those rules haven't changed just yet. So Henderson says it's important to be familiar with the policies, get to the airport early, and take advantage of flight travel programs to reduce your security stress.
Get TSA PreCheck, get Global Entry. Those things will really speed up your trip, and a lot of credit cards will reimburse you for those fees now. So lots of tricks to the trade.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Travel and Leisure revealed its annual World's Best Awards, and the #1 U.S. travel destination might surprise you. According to the magazine's survey, the top spot is Santa Fe, New Mexico. I do want to go there. Travel and Leisure says readers love the city's cuisine and natural beauty. Coming in at #2, New Orleans, and rounding out the top 5, Charleston at #3, Savannah, Georgia at #4, and Alexandria, Virginia at #5. New information: about 900,000 U.S. children are estimated to be living with a heart condition. That's according to the CDC. Parents of these young kids may worry about sending their child to summer camp or allowing them to partake in summer sports. But experts say with the right precautions and support, many with heart conditions can safely exercise and play sports.
Some of our patients have very minor heart conditions, which shouldn't affect their participation in sports whatsoever. Some of our kids have very complex heart conditions where maybe they can still play sports, but they need some extra safety nets in place.
Health experts say talk to your child's doctor about what physical activity may be best suited for the child. Next, make it happen. That may include changes in medications, stress testing, or maybe a heart rhythm monitor. Then talk to coaches or camp leaders to make sure there is an emergency action protocol in place. Well, parents, you need to act fast. Registration now open for Huntsville after-school programs. The link is active on the Parks and Recreation's website. It's for students in grades 1st through 6. Those programs will happen at 4 different community centers across the city.
Now, Wave 31 Storm Tracker meteorologist Amber Kulick with 31 Triple Doppler.
All right, we are dealing with rain and storms on the radar right now.
We are, yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at 31 Triple Doppler because we got some heavy downpours across the Tennessee Valley at this time. Now, a little good news for you over in the Shoals. That severe thunderstorm warning was allowed to expire at 4:15. So we have no active warnings now across the Tennessee Valley, but of course some heavier downpours across portions of the area. We'll start off over towards Sand Mountain. We have a heavier little pocket of some rain in northern Jackson County. We also have some heavier pockets of rain down into Marshall County, into portions of Morgan County as well, and another little heavier downpour in portions of Madison County as well. Taking you out towards the Shoals where we did have that severe thunderstorm warning, but like I said, was allowed to expire, and it was for this portion of this heavier downpour now moving into portions of Lawrence County. Could have some gustier winds. We're talking 30-40 miles per hour at times, very very heavy rain and of course the lightning with it as well. Now this trend will actually stay with us as we move through the rest of your week. So you can expect daily rain chances for the next couple of days. A wider view across the southeast showing where it's raining at, and a whole lot of us seeing the rain this afternoon. Your rain chances over the next couple of days, well, they will stay at 50% both tomorrow, then again on Friday, both Saturday and again on Sunday, about 30%. So down a little bit for your weekend. Let's go ahead and time it out for you as we head through the rest of the evening hours. And Future Radar doing a pretty good job with the placement of the storms this evening. As we head into about 6 o'clock, we'll keep those rain chances with us. By 10 o'clock, most of us dry by then, but we could see a little more redevelopment out towards the shoals. Heading into the overnight hours tonight, most of us quiet, but by tomorrow morning, the latest model run trying to pick up on a couple of showers moving through the Tennessee Valley by then. Could have some pockets of some fog as well, so keep that in mind as you get ready to head out the door. By 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, there you go. More showers and thunderstorms start to develop across the Tennessee Valley. They'll be with us until the sun sets, and then they're out of here as we head into Thursday night. Quiet start to your Friday morning, but again, could have some pockets of some fog to start you out that morning. By the afternoon hours, you guessed it, we're going to do it all over again. Scattered, isolated showers and thunderstorms across the Tennessee Valley. This is just something you see every summer. So here's what we're looking at over the next few days here. Just like today, some gustier winds possible with some of these storms, some heavy rain, and of course that lightning is a threat during the summertime because we have a whole lot of people outside trying to enjoy the swimming pools and the lakes and out on the golf course as well. Now, it's not just the rain we're talking about over the next couple of days. It's the humidity. We're staying in that oppressive category through the weekend and into the middle part of next week. So where it does rain at, it's going to feel even worse after the rain because it's just going to feel that much more muggy outside. Temperature-wise over the next couple of days, we're going to hang out in the upper 80s, low 90s as we move towards the end of the weekend and the start of next week. But again, that's your air temperature. You factor in the humidity, it's going to feel a little warmer than that. So here's your temperatures outside right now. Where it's rained at, it doesn't feel too bad. We're at 78 in Huntsville, feeling like 80, 74 in Athens, and it feels like 74. 76 degrees in Moulton, feeling like 76, but notice over towards Sand Mountain where we haven't seen as much rain just yet. It's 81 in Guntersville, but it feels like 88. 87 in Fort Payne, feeling like 93 degrees. Overnight tonight, temperatures will fall into the lower 70s for most of us across the Tennessee Valley. Fort Payne may be the cooler spot, 68 degrees for your overnight low. So that's what's going on around here. But if you are planning a beach trip over the next couple of weeks, here's something to watch in the Gulf. The Climate Prediction Center has it outlined for a chance of tropical development as we head into the middle towards the end of July. Nothing set in stone just yet, but wanted to get this on your radar if you're trying to plan any beach trips over the next couple of weeks. Here at home, though, it's the daily rain chances. They're going to stay with us as we move into next week as well. They do come down a little bit as we start off next week, but by the middle part of the week, right back up to around 30%. But overall, temperature-wise, staying in the low 90s and upper 80s. So can't complain about the temperatures, really can't complain about the rain either. It's just something we're used to around here this time of year.
And something to know for those after camp, after work activities, it's going to be very hit or miss.
It really will, yeah.
All right.